Our life is based on decisions. People saying that you make decisions and your decisions is making you. So it's very important to understand how to make decisions. So many people are struggling with small decisions, and of course if you're not learning how to make small decisions, you will not be able to make big decisions, major decisions as well. So today I want to speak about how to make better decisions for yourself, because so many people I have seen struggling with that, and I think that there's a lot of things to consider to start working on your decisions. So today we'll give a few examples. The first example is about moving. For example, a person could make a decision to say that, okay, I'm living in California and I would love to move to New York because there's a lot of friends and it could be easy to move to New York because friends could help me out. Then other decision could be moving to Atlanta, and I said, okay, my family is in Atlanta. I would love to spend more time with family, so I would love to move to Atlanta. So that means there is very difficult to make a choice between friends and family and different places, New York and Atlanta, and still different culture and environment. And then of course you're struggling to make that decision. So people are struggling for years, for even decades, to make that choice to move or not. I think that a lot of times people do not understand that there is even third decision that most time people need to make, because when you think about New York and Atlanta, and people making like the things that I want, the things that I don't want, and they compare those two things on both both areas, New York and Atlanta. But people forget to understand that when they do not make decision, that is that they are making a decision not to make decision. So that we always need to make sure that they add a third line, and that is California, and that means that they need to make sure to understand that if you do not make a decision, you will stay in California. And are you okay staying in California? Because if you write down all the things that is making you decide to move, because a lot of times when you understand really why you want to move, you will make a decision much faster than you're forgetting that you're living currently in California and you're not moving neither to New York, neither to Atlanta. So understanding that there is third, the decision that you're always making, if you're not making a decision, that allows sometimes to make a little bit faster decision because it pushes you forward. Now, this is a good way of making decisions, but the best way to make decisions, even like better way to make decisions, is going outside of the box. So totally forgetting about those three decisions that you need to make, and now like understanding what is important to make decisions. The better you know yourself, the better you build yourself, the more awareness you have, and better describe your values, the easier to make decisions. I do not say that it's easy, but I say that it's much easier to make decisions when you know yourself. So that means we need to understand who you are as a person, so you forget about those decisions and focus full your attention in deciding who you want to become. Because when you decide who you want to become, okay, what kind of values you want to build, what kind of values you want to live by, what kind of skills you want to establish, what kind of characters you want to establish, what kind of roles you want to live by. So basically focus on really who you want to become, what kind of person you want to become, and what kind of vision, what kind of lives you want to live in next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. When you define what kind of person you want to become, now you can go back to the decision and ask yourself, okay, what kind of decision will allow me to achieve the vision that I want? What kind of decision will allow to achieve the lifestyle that I want? What kind of decision will allow me to become the person I want? Of course, you can say that maybe one will align exactly what you're looking for. Maybe no decision will align with it. So that means maybe you'll need to look for opportunity. I bet now like you will know much better because you are having some kind of guidance how to make decisions. When you know how to make decisions, that's what makes you better in making decisions. Because a lot of times people just make decisions because it sounds good, but that doesn't allow to make good decisions. But when you make decisions based on your values and who you want to become, you know that you made a right decision. Of course, if you didn't make right decision, it could be that in the future you will change and you will want to become someone different, but at least in that journey will allow to make better and faster choices. I hope that you enjoyed this lesson, and if you enjoyed this lesson, I hope that you will subscribe and like, and I hope you will choose to win, and see you tomorrow.